Jai Hind guys, welcome to Online Benchers by Exampur and I am Nitin Mishra, your English educator. How are you all? Please do let me know in the chat box. Guys, इस सेशन में हम फिर से दोबारा आपसे मिल रहे हैं and आप सभी ने महसूस किया होगा that the sessions today that we are conducting facing some technical glitches, and due to the same glitch this 12 p.m. session has also been affected in some way and is being rescheduled for the later 30 minutes, I mean at 12:30. But nevertheless, obviously the josh should be the same, the learning keenness should be the same. Let us start the session. As you all know that this is the grammar session that we are conducting, and here in this series we are talking about determiners, and this is the determiner 6th class, I mean 6th session of the grammar, where we are talking about today subject verb agreement. As you all can see that today class is scheduled for subject verb agreement part 1. So we will be initiating and trying to build a base of subject verb agreement in our grammar section. And you all know that vocab show in English with Nitin Mishra is conducted every day from Monday to Friday at 10 a.m. So do not forget to join this session. And this is the online benchers by Exampur English Medium SSC and Railway Exam YouTube channel. And you can see Chandan sir, Zubair sir, मैं Nitin Mishra, Chandan sir, Deependra sir, Solar ma'am, and Prabal sir. We all as a team conduct the session on online benchers by Exampur SSC and Railway in English medium just for you. So please guys, I would like to say that ये सारे जो events हैं आपके लिए होते हैं, so try to join them. Don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon. And you all know that this channel focuses on SSC CGL CHSL CPO MTS GD RRB NTPC UP SSC and PET. Guys, this channel is very unique and produce its content in a very logical manner as you experience in daily life. At 7 a.m. current affair comes of Chandan sir. At 9 a.m. general science by Zubair Sani sir. At 10:30 vocabulary by me, Nitin Mishra is my name. At 12 English grammar, I'm conducting subject verb agreement in our grammar session by Nitin Mishra, I mean me. At 2 p.m. GKGS is being presented by Chandan Roshan sir. 5 p.m. is for mathematics, and mathematics is being conducted by Deependra Singh sir. Then after 6 p.m. reasoning by Sonal ma'am, and if we will talk about at 7 p.m. GKGS, that is by Prabal sir. I have a very nice feeling that India's most, I guess, skillful mentors are there in online benchers to mentor you, to guide you in your examination. So do avail this. And without any gossip, without any baatcheet, I would like to start my session of today. And it is not like the question I'm initiating with. Guys, actually I am here to talk about subject verb agreement in the very first class. And to go with subject verb agreement, I would like to draw your attention towards actually what a subject and verb is. Guys, before I move on to the session, I would like to ask you, can you please tell me what according to you subject and verb is? क्या आप मुझे बता सकते हैं what is subject and verb agreement for you? Guys, please answer me. My question for you is, do you have any idea what a subject basically is? Guys, you might have heard that subject basically is the performer of the sentence or doer of the sentence, or one who do things or performs any action. Actually this definition is not the very appropriate definition of subject. When it comes to subject in any sentence, Guys, try to understand this very concept. Subject basically means about which we are discussing, talking, explaining in the sentences. To make it more easier, to make it more relevant, I would like to tell you this in a more clerical, very crystal clear way. Your sentence is divided into two parts. The very first part is your subject, the other part is your verb. Guys, again, if I ask you about verb, what do you mean by verb? What I receive from you guys are, guys, I receive a number of replies by you. People say verb is doing words, verb is an action, verb that we do is work. But if I ask you, this is a pen. Guys, my sentence is, this is a pen. Can you please tell me, do we have any action happening in the sentence? Do we have any verb that we are or anybody is performing? Do we have any performing verb? Do we have any action? Do we have anything to do? No. But again, verb still is there. So guys, saying that the verb is an action verb is the insufficient definition of verb. So if you will ask me, sir, then do not waste time. Just you only tell me what actually a verb is. Then guys, verb is nothing but the a word that talks about something. So verb is such a term in the sentence that tells, or you may say that talks in the sentence. And verb always talk about its subject. So the definition of verb is very simple. Verb is certain words, group of words, phrasal verbs, which in the sentence tries to describe or talk about something or someone. Those words that tries to talk about something or someone, describe something or someone, are known as verbs. And in that reference, subject is the term that is being talked about, that is being described by verb present in the sentence. I mean to say, they are both interconnected. Verb cannot be taken apart from the subject. Subject cannot be, left apart with the verb. Why? Because they are interconnected. Verb tries to describe, and it try to describe about subject, means subject is something that is being described by the verb. By this, guys, if I will ask you, what do you mean by subject present in the sentence? I guess now it will be very easy for all of us to understand that here in the sentence we can divide our sentence into two parts. The first part is subject part and the other part is verb part. And I have circled, have given and highlighted and have draw lines around the verb part. Have fallen is what? Have fallen is a verb. So this is our verb part. Guys, if you truly want to keep yourself in distance with the rules of the book, you have to follow these very two steps. Have fallen is the verb. What will it do? It will talk about, means it will describe, it will talk about. And now if you will ask the verb, about whom are you talking? Who has or have fallen in love with Sonu? I repeat, who has fallen in love with Sonu? And the answer is Ritu. Ritu is a girl who has fallen in love with Sonu. Okay, now coming on to this very part, as well as basically as well as means in the same manner. For example, you know that the conjunction or the pair conjunction is as, and in between as and as, in degree of comparison, I mean in positive degree, any positive degree adjective can come. Likewise, as tall as good as fast as. In the same way, in our question sentence, it is written as well as, means Ritu has fallen in love with Sonu, and in the same way, some of her friends has also fallen in love with Sonu. Guys, I guess idea of the question present is now clear. So you can say that this verb, this particular verb, whose task is to describe about the subject in the sentence, whose job is to talk about subject in the sentence, is talking about specifically Ritu and not focusing towards some of her friends, but majorly are talking about the girl Ritu who has fallen in love with Sonu. Hence, our subject will be Ritu. And to make it more simple, I would say always try to put subject in the same number the way you are putting your verb. I mean to say, if your subject is singular, your verb will be singular. If your subject is plural, your verb is plural. It is very simple. The subject and the verb should be equal to each other in terms of number, gender and person. This is what subject verb agreement actually is. Subject verb agreement basically means putting your verb in accordance with the number of, gender of and person of the subject. So since our subject is singular, our plural verb is wrong. Instead of have, it should be has. Hence we can mark our C part wrong. How we will be improving it? By putting has in place of have, and the correct sentence will be Ritu as well as some of her friends has fallen in love with Sonu, who is the eldest son of an SDO. I have some questions, I guess, by Kismat Kumari. First of all, Kismat Kumari, I would like to greet you as good afternoon. I hope that you are fit and fine and doing well in your preparation. And as you are asking about the exam kab hoga, yes, technical team will be replying. Definitely technical team will be replying, but as far as the notification is concerned, no any prior notification has come out yet, so please have patience. And for more details, you can check out the website of exampool.com so that you can have much better idea about the upcoming notifications of the examination. As far as this question is concerned, Kismat Kumari, you can see that the question is very simple and asks you to identify the errors. As I am dealing with subject verb agreement concept, I told you that in the subject verb agreement, the idea is very simple, keeping ourselves apart from the book or rules suggested or exceptional and other cases. If you truly want to solve a question using subject verb agreement basic concept, it will be very easier for you to do this. How? Just try to identify the subject. And the process of identifying the subject is very simple. It is just asking verb. I mean, if you will ask question to the verb, verb will exactly give you a better idea who is its subject. The subject should be equally, balanced according to the verb. If your subject is plural, verb should be plural. If your subject is singular, verb should be singular. And in a more generalized way, in humorous way, I just remember it with using a proverb by saying Jaisa subject, Vaisa verb. I believe it will be remembered for a longer time and can be utilized in exam for a very accurate answer. I'm not changing the question. I told you one concept of subject verb agreement using this particular sentence. I'm telling you and trying to explain it in a different manner. Guys, in multiple books you will find that when you have a noun and you have another noun, and these two nouns are combined by, joined by, as well as, then our verb agrees according to the first noun. Our verb agrees according to the first noun, and obviously it is nothing but a rule of the book. How you will solve this question? Obviously you can memorize it if you wish to, and then you can solve that. First noun is Ritu. Since first noun is Ritu, so it will not be have, it will be has. And if you want to solve this question in another way, I mean in the third way, I would not leave the question. मैं आपको तीसरा तरीका भी बताऊंगा. Vishnu, thank you so much. The third way to solve the question will be rewriting or reorganizing the sentence. If I put this part at the end, like if I say as well as some of her friends, और अब मैं इस सेंटेंस के इस पार्ट को काट दूं. If I remove this, then guys read this sentence, and if you will ask me the reason why I have put this part at the end, because it was completely independent part. You can put it in the beginning, at the middle, or at the end. It is up to you. Then the sentence becomes, Ritu have fallen in love with Sonu, who is the eldest son of an SDO, as well as some of her friends. Now what do you mean by who has fallen in love with Sonu? Ritu. And likewise Ritu, there were a lot of girls, or a lot of her, I mean Ritu's friend, who have fallen in love with Sonu. But in the sentence we are majorly talking about Ritu, hence the verb have will be agreeing the subject Ritu. I believe this is how we can better understand the question as the same. And there is a one minor mistake that book has done in many a time. Book says when two subjects are joined using as well as. Guys, it is absolutely wrong. If there were two subjects, then the scenario should have been a little bit different. In this sentence there is only one subject. The subject is completely fixed, predefined, and that is that is Ritu. There is no other subjects. As well as is making a comparison, that Ritu fallen in love with Sony in the same way as some of her friends were. So this is how the correct sentence will be, using has, not have. I expect and hope that all of the aspect of this question is now clear to you. Moving ahead towards the next ideology, the next question is more than one, guys, I repeat, more than one successful candidate. I mean, if you will look at the question is subject wise we have one successful candidate. In that way, using have is wrong, it should be has. Remember, if the phrase is more than one, then we use a singular verb. More than verb always receive a singular verb. If we have more, suppose if we have more candidates than one, in this way, in this structure, in this case, we would have used a plural verb. So more plus plural noun than one. I mean, the scenario is very simple. Guys, I repeat, the scenario is very simple. If you have more plus plural noun plus than one, here we always use plural verb. Okay, but ये पहला केस है. But if we have more than one plus singular noun, then we use singular verb. And this is how I guess we can easily understand that there are two scenarios, two ideologies of putting and making subject verb agreement. If the phrase is like more plural noun than one, we will use plural verb. And if we have more than one singular noun, then we will use singular verb. And if you truly want to understand this, look at this question, guys. The question says more than one. We have more, then we have then we have one, then we have singular noun. What do you expect? Which form of verb should agree here? Obviously it will be a singular verb, so use of have is wrong. It should be has. I expect and hope that you all understood it well. Robin, yes, class has been started. Thank you. Guys, I expect and hope that you understood this well. Moving ahead towards the next question. The next question is this: the leader as well as his followers, and we have discussed this ideology, I guess, a moment earlier. When two nouns are joined by as well as, what does it mean? It means you are comparing. Yes or no? And you are comparing similarities. I mean to say, you are saying the leader is injured as well as his followers are injured. Matlab, the leader is injured in a certain way and the followers are injured in the same way. That means the leader as well as his followers. Now, guys, you all know that the solution of this question can be in three different dimensions. The first dimension is by understanding the meaning, and after as we understood the meaning, we can say that we are talking about specifically the leader who is fatally injured, majorly, who has more importance than any other person in the statement. According to the statement, the leader is the subject. So what we will be doing, we will be observing whether subject and the verb are balanced, equal, parallel or not. We can see our subject is singular and we expect a verb should be singular as well, but is plural given, so is erroneous. How we will be rectifying it? By writing a singular verb. Likewise, the leader as well as his followers, not are but is fatally injured. If you want to solve this question in a different way, in a different dimension, the solution can be very easy, guys. You can put this part as well as his follower, this part, at the end of the statement. You can also write as well as his followers. And now if you will remove this part from here, I guess you will reach to the answer directly. The leader is injured in the accident which occurred last night near the railway crossing as well as his followers. Means obviously the major attraction of the sentence, the agenda of the sentence is more leader and less followers. So verb will agree the leader and will be in the same way as leader is given. Since it is singular, the verb will be singular. To solve the question in a third way, I mean bookish way, is again very simple. When two nouns, noun 1 and noun 2, when two nouns are joined by as well as, what do? Verb agrees according to the first noun. Guys, in the same way you can solve the question. Noun 1, noun 2, we have as well as in between. Our verb agrees according to the first noun. What the first noun is? Leader. Hence it will be is. Guys, I expect and hope that you are well versed with the question given. Hence correct answer for the question will be B part, which is erroneous. Moving on to the next question, guys. The next question is right on the screen. Solve this question and let me know the correct answer. Guys, this question is really very much important. Why it is important? Very important. Why is important? Is because this will ask you the knowledge of whether the students have the real idea about subject or not. Guys, I guess this question gives us the opportunity of identifying, observing and discussing what actually a subject in the sentence is. We have a lot of myths about subject. What myths do we have about subject is, sometimes we have the very first myth as the sentence must begins with subject. As far as the practicality is concerned, it is hardly, I guess, possible to start the sentence with the subject. Ideally the sentence should begin with the subject, but in a practical phenomena, the sentence might have been started with several other dimensions. Likewise, your sentence can begin with a verb, your sentence can begin with expressions, your sentence can begin with phrases, conjunctions, clauses, as well as some adverbial phrases or some adverbial phrase. For example, if you look your sentence here, it says along the northern frontier of India, and if you look here, you will realize that after this phrase we have verb written here. What actually happens here is that people get confused, and here the error is possible, and you can commit error here because of the way you have been taught. But I don't want to teach you in the same way. Guys, basically try to understand what along is. Along is a preposition, and it is a preposition of, I guess, place, or you may say direction. Obviously this phrase is indicating a certain direction or indicating a place. Then we have verb, and then we have certain other part of the sentence. As I taught you that go to the verb and ask, the verb will tell you who is its subject. Let's ask the verb. Is seen. What is seen? When we ask a question to the verb, what is seen, obviously the answer is things that we have seen, or which is seen is nothing but the Himalayas. What is seen? The Himalayas. Obviously the answer is the Himalayas. Then we can see that here the subject is in between the sentences, not at the beginning of the sentences. And this is how you need to have a more logical idea and knowledge about subject and identification of subject. Guys, here the subject is in between the sentences. Along the northern frontier of India is nothing but the adverbial phrase that gives us a direction or talks about a place where the Himalayas are seen. Since our subject is Himalaya and Himalayas is a plural subject, hence our verb should be plural. So this is wrong. It should be are. The correct sentence will be, along the northern frontier of India are seen the Himalayas, mighty in their splendor. Okay, and this is how we can solve this question. If you want to look at the other dimension, sir, do you have any idea if it comes to solve the same question, can we solve it in a different way? Yes, guys. The other way is, if you will put this part at the end of the sentence. If you will put this part along the northern frontier of India, you will find that the sentence says Himalayas is seen in mighty of their splendor. Kaha? Along the northern frontier of India. Again you will reach to the same answer. Otherwise, the aspect of subject verb agreement, the core idea of subject verb agreement, as I have already told you, I am telling it again. Guys, there is a proverb that I use to solve the questions of subject verb agreement, which is Jaisa subject, Vaisa verb, Vaisa hi possessive case. I mean to say, if the subject is singular, verb will be singular, and likewise possessive case will also be singular. So guys, if you will look at the possessive case used here in the sentence, this says the possessive case of the sentence is plural, hence subject might be plural, so the verb has to be plural. This is the other logic or approach or method to solve the same question. We are not identifying the subject. Just by observing the possessive case, we can have idea that what kind of subject is possible. Obviously a plural subject is possible because there cannot indicate singularity, there indicate plurality, hence verb should be plural. If you want to solve it in another way, if you seek to know, sir, do we have any other way? Yes, we have a rule for this. When we have adverbs, or you may say adverbial phrase, then the structure of the sentence follows: first of all verb, then subject, then other words. Guys, obviously according to this ideology, we have first of all adverbial phrase, then we have verb, then we have subject, and we have identified the subject. Subject must agree the verb, so this is wrong, it should be are. It depends upon you whether you want to spend time on the question to learn when you are creating the foundation of your academics, or you want to just have the smallest solution possible and you are just doing the quorum pura. And if you are doing the same, which is wrong, I guess you will not be benefited, but exploring the cases and possibilities will definitely leads to success. Moving on to the next question, guys, which is question number 5. You can see the question is very simply given. The question says his politics is not good, so we have suggested to him that he should read Gandhi, Nehru and Karl Marx. Guys, obviously if it comes to what my ideologies is, the first thing I would like to tell you that in general the noun politics, the noun mathematics, the noun statistics, the noun acoustics, or any subject. Guys, I repeat, in general, any noun like this that is the name of a subject, for example mathematics, politics, physics, acoustics, or you may say politics, is considered singular but when they are possessed with something or someone. When these nouns are possessed with somebody or something, belong to somebody or something, then they do not talk about or indicate subjects. Then they do not talk about subject and they do not represent subject. What they represent? Then they represent skills. Then they represent skills, and in that aspect of skills it is considered as plural. I just try to give you a brief about the psychology that politics in general, mathematics in general, physics, acoustics in general is considered singular, but when they are possessed to somebody or when they belong to somebody. When they belong to somebody, it is not a subject, then it is a skill in which they are skilled, so it will be considered as plural. Hence now you can see that this use of is wrong, and then after we will use are. Kindly keep this ideology in mind. It is truly very important. It is very important for you to understand when to use politics singular, when to use politics plural. Guys, with this I would like to wrap up this class for now. I have tried my hard to make you understand the basic ideology concept of subject verb agreement. Obviously the class started a little bit later, but I would not compromise with any aspect of knowledge and delivery at terms. So I will be beginning up again with the basic fundamental of subject verb agreement in a very more logical, more elaborative and more easy way. So do not forget to join the class tomorrow, and I would appreciate that if you will leave a nice comment in the chat box. Guys, do not forget to subscribe this channel, as you all know that we truly do hard and work harder to boost this services, and the online benches by Exampur SSC and railway exam is conducted for only English medium students, where every faculty is doing his harder. Subscribe this channel if you have not done, and schedule can be notified and be noticed. You can be attentive towards what the schedules of the teachers are, and in which time what subject or respective subject will be benefited. You can avail the opportunity. And vocab show is conducted and is being conducted every day from Monday to Friday at 9 AM. Do not forget to attend it. And I come up with my grammar session daily at 12 PM. So guys, please do attend this grammar session. Tomorrow I will be telling you things about subject verb agreement basic foundation part 2, and that will be very easy, and I must say you must attend the class. Do subscribe the YouTube channel of online benchers for SSC CGL CHSL CPO MTS RRB NTPC exams. I hope you find the lecture well. I might say that please keep supporting us. Your support is a motivation that keep allowing us to work harder. Have a great and fantastic academic journey. Do well in the examination. Work harder, work smartly. This is Online Benchers by Exampur, and I am Nitin Mishra. I will be seeing you in the next class. Thank you so much. Jai Hind, guys.